right, as we wait for Shane, he is pouring the shots for us.
No, you could pour it to the top. There's enough.
There's enough, Shane. There's enough. Come on.
You got a ration out here.
Don't worry. My rent will pay for the replacement of that 21. What is it called? 21
seeds. Black owned, women owned.
There we go. There we go. Support small businesses, especially black owned, Hispanic owned too.
You could do sloppy
Punjabi on.
And Punjabi owned.
You could put them on top. You could top them off.
Nah, that's not fucking around.
Okay.
So we're gonna take a shot to get off the ease, even though me and Renee talked for a good hour and 20 or hour and 30.
That's not bad.
This apple's right there.
No.
I don't know. Sometimes we get lost. Salute.
Salud.
All right, here we go. Well, thank you, Shane, for returning for another episode, bro. Now you can see us. It's video, getting a little bit better. So if you lower the rent, I mean, I could get more equipment up here. Maybe a helper.
Let's see. I gotta talk to my partner.
You know, she didn't even know that I put half the money for this couch, for the futon.
I thought I told you that.
I don't remember.
Fucking fake, Shane. Don't tell no one.
I'm not ashamed of that. Good.
I don't remember.
He incentivized, like, oh yeah, you want to use the room, bro? I'm buying a futon. You know, you want to give me $70? And I was just like, yo, just increase the rent $10 for 7 months. You know, it'll pay itself.
Yeah.
But shout out to Shane, man. Thank you again for joining. I know this is I might be able to incorporate this in part 1, but we'll see. Part 1, part 2 doesn't sound that bad, but I feel like with this one, it's more of a chill vibe since we all know each other. Mm-hmm. Friends for many years. But let's get down to it. Shane, I talked to Renee. She gave us a little bit of an introduction of how honest she was in the beginning of your relationship, telling you from the start that she had sick parents, she had an Indian background. When she told you all this, how did you take it at first? Did you think she was over-exaggerating, or did she live up to what she said?
I think she definitely lived up to what she said. Ironically, this type of incidents hasn't not happened before in my family. So I have 2 cousins who pretty much were on the same line. They almost got engaged. I ended up not going through with it just because of the whole family dynamics and everything. So I was all too familiar with how it goes and what the outcomes would be. So it wasn't something that was surprising to me, and it wasn't surprising that how strict her parents were. Just the fact that she's first gen, so they're expecting to pass on the lineage and everything. So it wasn't too much of a shocker for me.
Now, she did say that at first she encountered some situations while she was still living at home to be a little bit, not of an issue to you, but issues arise from it. How did you keep yourself aligned in making sure that it was going to just be momentarily, I guess? Or did you know? At that time, I'm sorry, did he know that you were moving?
Yeah, he knew. So basically what I had said that it was one night you invited me out to the city and I couldn't go out because you guys were taking the train at 11 p.m. And I was like, I have a curfew of midnight. And you were like, made a passive aggressive comment, I think, that was kind of weird. And I told you the next day, I think we got dinner or something, and I was like, I didn't like it. And if you can't accept that I have strict parents and we shouldn't be talking, and you you kind of apologized, but you were just okay, I didn't mean it like that, I'm sorry, but that's kind of what he's talking about. How did you take it?
I mean, I didn't take it to heart or anything like that. I know because I know Renee as a whole. It wasn't something that I know at that moment I wasn't trying to be vindictive. I wasn't trying to get on her skin or being annoying. I just was familiar with the situation, so I just knew all along. Mm-hmm. I hope that answers your question.
I think so. I think it does. You kind of already knew it wasn't anything new. Do me a favor, though. Can you close the blinds?
It's too dark.
Yeah, it's too bright.
Want to make it midnight.
A little bit dark. Yeah, making it, how I like my
see
coffee. You know what I mean? Shout out to Dunkin' Donuts. Hopefully one day you sponsor me. That's why I covered you guys, because you guys aren't sponsoring me. So fuck you guys.
You guys don't make good coffee.
They definitely make good coffee. It all depends on the spot you go to. Are you a Starbucks person?
I like both. I'm a sucker for butter pecan iced coffee from Dunkin', but I love my Starbucks.
I gotta try it. Maybe it'll be my first Little Cuisine King review again after such a long time.
Yeah, you should.
Butter pecan.
Butter pecan with almond milk is so delicious.
I hate almond milk.
It's so delicious.
It doesn't taste like anything to me.
That's the beauty
That's
thing
the
about it.
point.
Yeah.
Really? Then why put it?
Because you give you somewhat
It
a different
dilute the
consistency.
coffee?
Yeah.
It's so delicious. Butter pecan, so
I guess because I like coffee though. Like I don't want to, like don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those, just black, but definitely like it dark.
Like I'll put a drop of almond milk in it.
Yeah.
What is preferred?
Well, at that point, like, what's even the point to putting a drop
Because
of
the
almond milk?
taste.
You just told me it doesn't taste like anything.
But oh my god, jeez. But like,
I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, moving on to the more serious conversations instead of just Dunkin' Donut debates. What are some challenges, Shane, that you've arisen in your relationship? I mean, like, what are some things that you've encountered, that you overcame, and some advice that you can throw at us? 3-part question. I'll reiterate as we go.
I definitely think the biggest
Coming from, let me be more specific. Coming from cultural backgrounds, I guess you can say, if anything arises, an issue.
I mean, the biggest thing is just like her being pretty much open with my family. Like most of my family has met her. Well, most of everybody, but let's just say most. Obviously, we don't count distant cousins and stuff like that. And I met most of her, like, so to say, like
Close
cousins, close
family.
family,
But yeah.
and pretty much everyone. So I think like the more challenging thing is
And it's the
definitely
acceptance.
it's always the acceptance. It's like eventually I would eventually want to like meet her parents and stuff like that. Like I feel like that was like a big thing to like swallow and know that I wouldn't be able to do that for a while. But it's like I was telling her, was this morning? It was more like I'm very like I look at like the end result and like the goals at the end.
Yeah.
And like I try not to look at what's current right now.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because you guys kind of know where you guys are, going at
Headed,
this
yeah.
point.
I'll go
It's
with
just a matter of time. Like I always make a joke. Who
Soon.
gets the ring first? The Knicks. The Knicks are close to see her. The Knicks are close. Yo, I was gonna
hate
say.
the
I'll land the
That's
plane. I'll make sure I seal the deal.
I mean, the Knicks are very close. Yo, shout out to my Knicks, bro. Even though they got eliminated, it's okay. The rent was so close to not being paid if they made it to the finals.
Absolutely.
Like that's 100% fact. I think he was okay with that.
I told him to lose to make sure he could get a rent on time.
Yeah. My question, Shane, is like I'll give you like an example that she brought up previously. Like she said that in the future, she obviously when you have kids and stuff, she's definitely looking to incorporate her cultures, her traditions. And she said that you guys have discussed it. And you guys are kind of open minded on that. And what makes you so laid back, so cool, so open minded in bringing that upbringing for your future kids?
Because like I was raised that way. Because my parents they're religious, like and things like that, but we weren't religious. Weren't severe enough to be. Let's go to church every Sunday. Let's go to this one's christening and this one's like we weren't so heavily invested in like that. And like my mom always is just like not all the time I need to go to church. I can talk to God when I'm at home. I don't need to always be in his place of worship in order to talk to him. You could talk to him anywhere. And I think that always kind of like resonated with me because that I feel like it's just like the way of life. So it's just like when she approached me, she said she really wanted to mainly incorporate Punjabi roots. It's like I'm completely fine with that. Like there's nothing in the perfect world. I wouldn't mind converting, but you can't convert. You just practice the faith. So just do that basically. But yeah.
Okay. So we come from the same kind of I'm not black or anything, but we come from the same roots where
we all
our
0.% black.
Our ideology, I believe, is very similar. We're laid back. We're open minded. Is that something that you've always been like? I mean, your upbringing, you said it has a big, check to it as why you're like this. But like, what made you continue being open minded with everything like this? Is it something that Renee introduced to you to be more open minded, or like what happened in your upbringing that made you be so cool with everything?
I think it's naturally just how I am. I'm just naturally just kind of not, I wouldn't say go with the flow. It's just that no matter who I'm gonna be with, I'll be able to accept whatever faith, whatever they believe in, as long as they have a reason, as long as there's something to support their reason, as long as it's something that I could agree with and be compromised with.
Well, I think Renee actually mentioned it and said it perfectly. She said, if it's positive, then why not? You know, like if it's something that's coming into our circumstances as a positive outtake, then I'm absolutely going to open it with open arms. So, I mean, you guys are good counterparts. So that's really good.
Thanks.
I mean, I met you. I'll never forget the day I met you. I met you at the place
Smashburger,
and my battery died. So
yes.
That's how I always connected. The day that I met Renee, my fucking car battery died.
Oh, God.
Also, good start.
I'll never forget those fuckers. They charged me like $200 for my battery. I was so pissed off. I was like, yo, can I go return my burger? I'm like, I was so mad because I was just like, God damn. But it was definitely a nice vibe. It didn't look forced. Meeting you for the first time, you did feel, like I said, you've changed throughout your time being more open to us, of course.
Yeah.
But you did seem a little bit like conservative. You wanted to say the right things.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely shy when you first meet me.
Yeah.
Like, awkward.
It wasn't awkward, though.
No, I'm like an awkward person when you first meet me because I just am. I just feel like I word vomit.
Really? No.
Yeah,
You know
I do.
what's funny? Shout out to Nico. Nico was actually very awkward meeting her for the first time.
Really?
Because she was so... It's so weird saying it. She was so herself
I love that.
that it was a
though.
lot to consume.
Yes.
So it's just like...
It's also a good thing, though.
It is, because then you get the full real picture of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right off the bat.
But with you, I mean, I didn't feel... I mean, you might have felt awkward, but I felt it was very
No,
good.
you guys were so funny because you guys are just.
Oh, we were shitting on Shane, I think.
You guys
one
are so
time.
sarcastic. And
That's
then
so
Jamel
we
was
do.
like, "Are you sure you're not Puerto Rican?" And I was
Yeah, you definitely look Spanish still today.
And I was like, "No, I'm Indian." And that's why I was like, "This is awkward," because Jamel was like so awkward at times too.
I'm not
Jamel
gonna
just
lie
with his
to you.
facial expressions, he's like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "I'm sure."
The more I grow up and the more I get to meet new people, I've seen more and more Indians, and I can say that, okay, you kind of do look Indian now.
Yeah.
But, like, I guess like, the first outlook, I was just like, you don't look Indian at all.
Yeah, no one believes me.
Yeah. You look Latina. You look like my people.
Yeah. Everyone says that.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Shane, what's some recommendations you can say to, I mean, that you've learned in your relationship? She's mentioned that, you know, in certain times of, you know, disagreements, she's learned through therapy and other tools and resources to ground herself. I mean, what are some things that you've taken from this relationship that you had to work on and better yourself for it?
Definitely compromise. That's she's laughing, smiling.
Agree to disagree.
I'm very I wouldn't say hard. I'm very set in my ways and like how I like to do things, and it's still a struggle today to even just like sometimes like even let Renee do something for me. Like I'm just like no, I'll do it. Like don't worry, I'll do it.
Like, give me an example.
Like
Grocery shopping. I have to go with him. If I don't, I get in trouble.
no,
I'm not literally in trouble, but like that's like our thing. He like needs me to go with him.
Because you want her to pick her own food or something?
No,
No.
that's like our time to be spent together. Like,
It's just like I don't know.
we
It's just for
literally
me-
spoke about it this morning. When we're 80, we're still gonna be doing this.
Because, like, boring time, you might as well excite it a little bit, right?
I guess.
'Cause I call adulting
Or, like,
boring time.
It's even like today we were cleaning the kitchen and he didn't want me doing it by himself. By myself, excuse me. He wanted to do it with me to make sure I did it correctly.
That's the old man.
not do it correctly. What are you talking
No,
about?
he's like, you're gonna throw everything out, and I probably would have
But
because
she does do that. But like,
I'm like not a hoarder, and he is a hoarder.
Oh, really?
I'm not a hoarder.
He is a hoarder. It's okay.
No, but like by compromise, I mean like I'm not the one. I've always been like raised to like be like an individual. Like you do it yourself. Don't rely on other people. Like get this done by yourself, wherever or not. And like it's just like me compromising and just allowing her to do things for me and just sit back. It's like a very hard thing for me to.
Yeah, because you don't sit back, bro. That's a good quality to have. I'd make fun of you for it, but it's just like it's a good husband trait to have in the future. Like you don't want someone that isn't taking charge. Like for someone like I put myself in this boat. Like if I had like in Freeport, if something's getting out of hand, like let's say there's a lot of stupid shit that's getting put in our backyard. My dad is at an age where he can't lift heavy shit. So it takes someone to tell me, like, yo, can you do it? Like, I need you to organize the backyard, put things in certain areas.
Yeah.
Like, I need you to do it. So I'll finally do it when I'm told to, because I'm just living in that. Like, if it doesn't bother me, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to understand there's other people, there's kids in the house. At the time when I was living there, like, I have to go rearrange it because the kids can get hurt. My parents could fall over it. Someone can just, it could just be an inconvenience when something else is being brought in. And I'm learning to start doing things without it being asked. Same thing with my relationship, too. Like, I'm learning to incorporate into that, because before I was told that I wasn't, I'm going to out her on this. I wasn't setting up dates. I wasn't picking locations. I wasn't taking her to the city. I wasn't.
You hate the city.
I fucking despise it. That's how. This is how she has to know that I love her, because I go there for her. Like, I despise. I don't understand her like for it. I mean, it's traffic. There are rats all over.
Smells like shit.
Smells like ass. The transportation's not consistent. People are just ruder, and that's crazy because people are rude here on Long Island.
Yeah.
Like, if
I don't like city either. I'm not a city girl.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I really despise it, but I do it for her and for my Knicks. Like, I'll go to MSG.
For my Knicks.
And she hates when I do that, because she'll know, like, I like, I went to a 40-40 club. It's in the city. Shout out to 40-40. Shout out to Knicks Fan TV. But I went because
Isn't the 40-40 club in Brooklyn?
it's in the city.
Oh, it's about him.
Yeah.
I thought it's part of the Nets.
No, well, I don't think it is. I don't
I'm
know.
pretty sure
It might be a.
Yeah, Jay-Z owns. I mean, he might.
Jay-Z does own it. Yes.
The
Well,
40-40 club is in Brooklyn.
I'll tell you, no. Well, the 40-40, the one I went to is in the city.
Oh,
They might have
it's
more
in
than
the
one
city.
location.
Interesting.
Probably.
Yeah, it's like 15 minutes away from Penn Station.
Okay. Did not know this.
But I went, and she was just like excited for me. She went for me, and that I love her for that, because like she does sacrifice her time and her, like, she hates sports, but she went. She had a good time, by the way. One day I'll have her. She had a great time, and she was like, "You Knicks fans are different." Like, it was such a good vibe. Like, people were just dapping me up for no reason. I didn't know who the fuck they were. And she, like, I look in the corner of her eye, and she's just like smiling, like she has no idea what's going on. She's like, and then she comes into my ear and she goes, "Why is everyone so like?" Not that she was asking why is everyone so happy. She's like, "Wow, like, you sports people are different." I'm like, "Yeah, this is what we're passionate about," and she seems to understand that. So, like, that's why I take my sacrifice also in understanding she likes the city. She likes to go to museums, which I actually do like. I've never asked a guy or a girl to go with me to a museum, because I never thought that was fun. But with your co-partner, I feel like you can do that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, is there something boring that you guys like to do that you guys would consider it boring for other people?
I hate these two stores. Lowe's and the Home Depot where you work. And Shane is obsessed. I never wanted to commit more. Just kidding, won't commit, but like every time he's like, "Do you want to go to Lowe's?" I'm like, "I'd rather drink bleach out of a monkey's asshole." I mean that.
Really? You hate it that much?
I hate Lowe's and Home Depot.
That's crazy.
I hate everything about them. The only good thing at Home Depot is they have candy there.
They sell candy at Home
Yeah,
Depot?
the registers.
Are you serious?
Check out.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
I know, it doesn't count. It's everywhere. Every
I'm
store.
second best thing is they have plants there. They're pretty
Yeah,
to
okay,
look
I was
at.
going to say.
I hate those stores.
But shout out to you, man. I mean, during your whole move here, like, I know that you also told me, like, when we had our bros moment, like, you had to understand, like, and you gave me advice that, you know, our co-partners, even though we don't see them doing as much as we're doing, they definitely put in their part. And
It's okay to have separate hobbies.
yeah, exactly. I mean, the thing is, like, you got to sacrifice sometimes and do whatever your other partner likes to do sometimes.
Yep.
Compromising, you know, learning to adjust your schedule to your partner, learning to join them in their hobbies when you might not be the fan that they are in certain things. Like, I'm trying to think about something that she likes to do a lot. Like, she liked to, happy hour is her thing. I'm to the point where I'm so sick of happy hour.
Yeah, I'm not a big happy hour person.
Now we've come to the conclusion that we're both sick of it. We'll go when there's not that much people.
Yeah.
We like to be very private in our, you know, in our relationship with that stuff. We don't like to go out unless we have to. We're getting old.
Yeah.
We're getting really old.
I agree.
I mean, she's a little younger than me, but she's getting old, so she's up there.
Welcome to the club.
Up there.
We're about to hit the 30s.
Dirty 30.
Shane, obviously this is not your segment, not your episode, but bro, tell me what's we're gonna just bring you those introductory questions that we asked Renee earlier. What's your greatest accomplishment so far at this age, man? I mean, you might have a couple, man. You've been a very successful young dude. But tell me about your greatest one so far.
My greatest one, I have two. The greatest one is, believe it or not, nothing to do with school or anything. The greatest one was definitely what we're sitting in.
The futon.
house.
He's so proud.
Futon, $110.
The futon.
Thank you. I collaborated with your greatest.
Co-sign.
He's talking about his house. He's talking about the house.
That and honestly, like really being mentally strong and able to withstand like coping up with Renee and our whole journey. No, let me finish.
I'm just kidding. The way you
Like,
said that was funny.
I know, sorry.
Dealing with
The way-
Renee and her bullshit.
Hold on. He's gonna
Oh.
finish right now.
No, just in terms.
Suddenly
in
we're
terms
broken
of,
up. No,
in terms of like our family dynamics, mostly yours, and dealing with that, I feel like that was just. It's not that was it. It is a lot. And I think I'm definitely proud of myself, like holding it up for us and for myself.
Yeah.
To try to get to the finish line so we could make ourselves better and get to a better place.
Yeah, because you guys have a strong foundation because of that. You know, even though some of it might have been a bumpy thing, you know, it has built on your foundation to be a different couple. You know what I mean? Like I was talking to Paul and Jimmy.
we're not
and
your average couple.
exactly.
Right.
Like talking to Paul and Jimmy, they were able to build a strong foundation through friendship first.
Yeah.
You guys didn't have that luxury because you
I
got.
think a little bit. I don't think as much as I listened to their podcast too. Not as much, but I think Shane and I were like friendly first before we began. We hung out like every day for like a month straight, and then we were
Studied like this, like
studied. Yeah, we definitely didn't do it. We'd get lunch and like talk shit every day.
day.
No, we were friendly, but like I feel like we were just two friends hanging out. Like it was very easy with Shane in the beginning. Like I used to by like the second or third week, I was like not wearing makeup anymore in my gym clothes. I was very comfortable very quick. My friends were like, "Wait, do you like this kid or do you not like him because you're dressing like a homeless person hanging out with him?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't care."
So true.
It was
Because you saw a free judge-free zone. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
so like lax and so chill, which I think that kind of started off like we're like homies more than anything.
That's good. Well, I'm not saying the foundation of friendship wasn't there, but I'm saying like it didn't start off that, right? You guys
No.
both intended to date. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or to get
there
something
was
sexually out of it. You know?
There was an attraction there, of course.
Yeah. Do you guys want to talk about how you guys started, please? I mean, I'm.
We met at the gym. Just kidding.
Talk to us because I feel like you might say that it's a little weird, but I think it's a great success, and I feel like a lot of people that do it for the wrong reasons and feel like there is no good outcome out of it. I feel like you guys are a perfect example on how it does work.
Yes. So long story short, one random day in 2016, September 2016, we met on Bumble.
That's a social media dating app for
yeah.
all you youngsters that don't know.
Bumble sponsor our future wedding because we literally met off Bumble. And I've always tried to get those messages back, but like obviously my account has been now deleted for 6 years.
Probably can if you go.
But yeah, no, we met off Bumble. I remember your profile picture saying like the college we went to, and I was like, oh, I go there too. And then that's how we started talking, obviously. And then, yeah, that's how we hung out. We started hanging out. We hung out like a week later at Cheesecake Factory. Got dinner together, and yeah, ironically, I had a flat tire,
Which we got 2 days ago.
Still have a flat tire.
Same situation 7 years later.
Oh my god! It's not the same side. No, the back right.
It was the back right. This one's my
right.
back left.
What was it? Man, be honest. Be truthful. What was your honest thought when you met Shane's profile? Was it supposed to be a fling or was it supposed to be like a real relationship?
I think it was a fling. I'll be honest. I literally have messages on like my Snapchat memory with one of my friends saying like, I'm moving. Like this will be like a fling when I come back home. Like we'll be cool. He seems so nice. Even after our first date, I was like, he's so cute, so nice, but
because of the circumstance of where you were going.
yeah, I was like, I just want to like be kind of single. But then we like hung out more than once, and then I could kind of tell Shane liked me a little more at first. I could tell. It was so odd. It was really odd. He asked me to hang out every day. I didn't ask him.
I did not.
You did. You did. I vividly remember you definitely did, because there was times I was definitely said no to you. I said no probably like 2 out of like the 4 or 5 times you asked me to hang out. But no, we would like hang out like every day. We'd get breakfast together, study, and then we'd hang out like at home like separately. Like he'd go home, I go home, and we hang out at night also. But yeah, And then I think we were at Moe's one night. He told me he liked me. Moe's! Shout out to Moe's. Sponsored me because Moe's is the
Welcome
best.
to Moss.
No, Moe's is the best. Better than Chipotle.
Oh, I think that's where a couple of our friends bumped into you, right? And they found out about Renee. Because that's the thing when they told me about Renee. I think it was Herbert and Kyle.
Maybe. I don't remember this.
Maybe.
But yeah, we were at dinner and he
story.
told me that he liked me. And then I went home and I was like, I kind of like him too. He's really nice, whatever. And that was pretty much it. And then we dated for like 2 months and then I moved to Connecticut.
Okay.
But we did meet on Bumble. I just joking about the gym. We did not meet at the gym.
But like I said,
But
you guys shouldn't be ashamed of it. It's a success. The one
Yeah,
when they
no.
work, I think they work. And look, it's
I
7 years
agree.
of proof.
At first we were, because it was just like, we just...
7
know
years
what?
ago, online dating was weird.
Because
Right.
it was a weird, like, there was a weird...
It's like you have to meet someone online to have someone like you, and like now it's so
Right,
normal.
but just because of the
Because
pandemic, everyone was online. Like now it was more accessible. It was
Yeah.
just like, that was just what you
Nah,
do.
but I feel like you guys were in the entrance part of like they were just looked at. I mean, till today, you look at Bumble, Tinder, all these weird other ones that have come since then. Most of the people now, I feel like they use them just for sex. You know what I mean? Just for hookups.
Yeah.
Over there, you could have, but I felt like you were trying to still look for somebody. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I used them back then, but it just didn't work out for me.
Yeah.
I met a weirdo. I met a
Did you?
person
Yeah.
that denied me. I met a person that just wanted money. They were straight up, and that's why I stopped using them because my experiences with them were just
Were
negative.
bad.
Just
Yeah.
they weren't what this was. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I feel like a lot of people just have a weird understanding of it because, like, I mean, if you're really trying to find someone, and it just sucks that you're rolling the dice on the other person trying to find something too.
Yeah.
What was your first intake? Were you looking for a fling, a relationship? Were you just going with the flow?
I mean, to be honest, I was mainly actually looking for a relationship.
I know.
Like not okay. Anyways,
I knew he was a sucker from the minute.
I wasn't like die hard like a lot of people now. Like they just cannot function without being in a relationship. I wasn't like, oh, first person I see, I'm in a relationship. But like I was just testing the waters with everybody. And I'll be completely honest, she wasn't someone that I was completely looking for at all. Which I feel like is like the best part. I feel like when you're like looking for someone, looking for a certain type, looking for like a certain personality, it doesn't happen that way. And then
Yeah.
I feel like when I was talking to her and like she was like, oh, she was like, I was Indian. Oh, I was like I was going to farm and I was like, wow, I was not expecting that. And I was like, all right, let me give this a try. Like it wasn't typically what I would date, but not would date, but like what I typically
He was into
my
whites.
type would date.
Oh yeah.
He was
The
a
whites and the
Caucasian seeker.
Latinas.
Was he really Latino?
For sure.
Not
Yeah.
all,
Okay.
not all.
I don't know.
He probably swiped right on me because I looked Latino.
Did you have an Indian flag? He probably didn't know what the Indian flag was.
Probably had
Wait,
an
I
Indian
forgot.
outfit.
Bumble, you.
Well, actually,
She
I
messages
started,
first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
I
messages
messaged
first.
first, but it was because of Farmingdale, and ironically, like, we both went to the same college. We both transferred to the same college at the same time, and then I went back to our
And
school.
both were transferred back.
Yeah, we both transferred. We both went to the same gym. We were both, like, we lived, like, 4 towns away from each other.
Okay.
Like, it was just, like,
A lot of things we're checking.
we had a lot in common, like, right off the jump.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, yeah, interesting. And we didn't run into each other at school or anything. So I think.
Probably was in like an English like 101 class. or
Yeah,
something.
maybe.
If you
but-
saw him, he was probably with me in the library.
Maybe,
Like
yeah. Or at the
Alex.
bookstore. Who knows?
Or the bookstore, yeah. Well, I was at the bookstore. I don't remember.
Working. I was visiting, but like, yo, get off fed. Let's go.
He'd always ask me for fucking, like, discounts. I'm like, fuck off. Like, I'm not gonna
That's
do
true.
this.
But yeah, no. But yeah, we met on Bumble. I think that's a successful story. But I just used to joke how we met at the gym. Just because, not that I was embarrassed, but I thought it was a little weird and cliche.
At the
first.
time, I won't lie to you, there was kind of like a weird
Yeah, you
stigma
met
to
online.
it.
Yeah.
And I can see why you said that. But when he told me, because not to get you in trouble, but he told me right off the bat, he's like,
Oh, did you?
we met him. We met at the gym.
I don't care.
I mean, because like I said, our friend zone, like, I mean, me and Shane, we just no judging, bro. Like, we didn't judge. So, like, I
Yeah.
said to him, like, I don't fucking care, bro. He's like, but if she tells you the story about the gym, just act like you, you fell for it. I'm like, okay. So when you would tell me, I'm like, oh, man, what a gym.
So funny.
Because I know this fucker. He doesn't talk to people at the gym.
I
Like,
know, he does. And also, when I'm at the gym, like, who looks good at the gym?
No, nowadays, everyone dresses up at the gym. I feel like.
For real. That's what makeup
I wear like a big t-shirt and like leggings to the gym, like a big t-shirt.
If you ever look at me at the gym, none of my outfit colors match.
Same, sometimes
I'm
they
wearing
don't.
green, black, and then like colorful white shoes or something like that.
It's funny. But yeah.
But that's you see, like, I like the fact that you guys met through it. It was cute. The fact that it worked out. You have 7 years in. Like, I'd be proud of that story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a cute little story.
Success.
You know, we're waiting on the.
Yeah.
So how's all that like to you? Like knowing that you're getting to the next chapter basically says it all. Like no one's hiding it, but like, how is that as a male? Like, how do you feel like excited, encouraged, nervous, looking for the right moment? You don't have to tell us when you're gonna do it, obviously, because she's here. But like, what are your feelings towards that movement?
To be honest, I'm actually really excited. It's more so.
Just kidding.
It's more so like because she's very a type of person who like wants to know everything and wants to be in control of everything. She's very planned, and I always keep telling her like life is not like that. This is something you want it to be like. You don't want to know that I'm gonna do this. Like you don't want to know that. So like I'm very excited. I'm excited to like keep the secrets from her. Like. Talk to her friends and family. They know and they keep it secrets. Like I actually really like that because it's like
nice little game.
Yeah, it's a nice little game about it. It makes it more worth my while because I know when that day happens, she's gonna be like so taken back and be like, wow, this is actually all happening. Like, and I had no idea that this was happening.
Yeah.
This is weird. Are you one of those girls? Because I hear a lot of girls telling me, like, well, my man's, I'm kind of know because he's going to give me hints that I have to get my nails done and all that. Like, do you want to know all that stuff, too?
Yeah, no.
I
say yes more than no, just because I don't like surprises. But this is something I honestly do want to be surprised with. But it's like 50-50, if I'm being honest. Like, I want to know, but at the same time, it's like I would love to be surprised and be caught off guard. I hate even admitting that because now he's going to take that and run.
That's all I need to know.
Yeah, he's gonna get the nice idea and everything like that.
Yeah, but if it was up to me, I would love it to be like, proposed to, like, even if it's just on the beach, just us two, like something so simple, like us in jeans and like a big t-shirt, like something that literally just like is so caught off guard. Like I don't want to wear like a huge, like a fancy dress, get my makeup done because it's so like that's so obvious. Like I want it to be like, let's just go out to dinner, go to the walk at the Long Beach boardwalk, and if he did, I would be like so happy.
I like that. That's
like so like easy going and like calm, like nothing crazy. But also the one hotel in Brooklyn doesn't sound too bad either. So yeah, there's that.
Oh, hold on. We're gonna take a close intervention because my girlfriend is here, and I just have. So, like I said, I didn't want to make it too much on Shane either because at the end of the day, I want to make it. I really want to condense it into one clip or maybe two. We'll see how we do it. But another question, Shane, that I asked her, which would be your second question. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years in your relationship, in your career? Like, what's the, I guess, what are certain achievements you're looking to see?
Well, definitely in the next 5 years, I see myself married to her.
Miss Williams.
We're actually not Miss Williams.
Miss Williams Singh?
No, Singh Williams.
Singh Williams.
I'm going to hyphenate my last name.
That's what's up. Modernized, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely have her as my wife. And I would like to, my goal is definitely 5 years to try to open up a private practice.
Okay.
I am an occupational therapist, if everyone doesn't know.
He gives me free consultation because I pay rent?
Absolutely not. It's always been a goal of mine to be a face of a practice because I work in one and seen other practices, and it's not what I view as therapy and what I think a practice should be. And we need more minorities in the field, so I'm definitely in a position to create that platform for myself and for upcoming therapists. So I definitely see that in the next 5 years. And definitely, as you could probably know, I love like real estate and like fixing up homes and doing dad shit, as Puka says.
He does.
He does. He's a dad.
So definitely want to embark on incorporating and getting some more properties and make it work for us because trying to retire when we're like 45, 50.
I was about to say, yeah, it looks like and then you're trying to live a good, young, happy life.
Yeah.
I mean, having kids, bro, you're gonna still work a little past 45.
Yeah. I'm realistically, I probably am. But to work less.
Yeah.
To work less.
Work smart, not kill
Work
yourself.
smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's what's up. I think that that I share the same similar dream as yours, and I feel like we're on the road to definitely getting there. Some of us are a little more ahead than others, but I feel like the end goal's still there. It doesn't have to be a finish line, you know. I mean, there's going to be a finish line, but I feel like everyone's going to get there at their own time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot of our friends push us to be better. I wish you nothing but the best. I think in your relationship, you guys are a good experienced relationship where we can take a lot to learn from. You know, the negatives, the positives, what we do want to take from it. And like I was telling you before, sometimes your older sibling, even in like using that as a metaphor, you take what you want from it and you put it into your life, and then you try to create your own path. I think the same thing with relationships. I don't like to compare, but I like to use it as a reference point. Like, hey, I like what they did there, or I don't like what they did there. Maybe I want to incorporate that. Maybe I don't want to incorporate that. So I appreciate that you guys have been doing this for 7 years, and hopefully I get there soon too. The Jays get there. The Jimmys. The who else in the relationship? The Hasbullas, the Fonzos. Well, Fonzo's already there. He's been fucking married. Fonzo won the game, and at this point, he's just on.
Game over for him.
He's looking at the game sequel, you know, like it's playing experience mode. But I think you guys have shown a lot. I mean, I appreciate that you guys have done this podcast. It's not easy, like I said. Sometimes it's hard. I should probably turn on the lights, but fuck me, whatever. This one's gonna be a little dark. But I mean, do you want to give any last words, any advice, any tips that you think that a relationship should hear, especially a new one starting out?
Be upfront and honest, and communicate, because I struggled with that in the beginning.
And you can work on it.
Yeah. I think couples therapy is really great and helpful.
That's what's up.
Individual therapy too, but
Love yourself, you know, first too.
Yep. Oh yeah, without a doubt. Can't love someone else before you love yourself.
Facts. What about you, Chen Boy?
I think the biggest thing is to not care what other people say. I know it's very cliche, but I think a lot of times like, we're in this society now where Instagram and TikTok, everything is there, and we see what an ideal image of what a couple should be like.
But only
and
from
how,
the camera.
Right. And
yeah,
only
like
through a
relationship
camera.
goals on Instagram is not real.
Right. And I think that like it's very important to be mindful of that and not just pretty much get encompassed by that. Like, be real, not try to listen to what people say, what they think your relationship is, and things like that. Like, you guys know, between you two, your partner now, you guys know what you guys are worth and what your goal is and what you guys are trying to achieve and what you guys are. So just keep that in mind as you're, like, going through everything.
I like that. Making sure that A and B are always in the same page, no matter what the outside noise it's saying. It should always stay between you two. And be respectful to each other, always. Be respectful, just like Paula said, and Renee reiterated. You know, your partner is an extension of yourself.
Yes.
And if you don't respect your partner, there's something inside you that you're lacking respect for yourself. So if you're able to disrespect your partner, there's definitely something that you need to search within yourself and fix, because then you'll find it very easy to show respect to the other person.
Yep.
It's nice and sweet. Nice and short. I told you. And I feel like we're going to fit this all in one. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
Because part 2s are a pain in the ass for me.
2 to 1.
Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the episodes. If it does come in part 2, I will let everyone know.